Okay, I'm at the Lincoln County Historical Museum. Always like to support the local museums. Erected by 1023 daughters of Union veterans of the Civil War. North Platte, Nebraska. It's this one here. Number 80, Mormon Pioneer Camp. En route from Winter Quarters, Omaha, for the Valley of the Great Salt Lake. Under the leadership of Brigham Young, camped here May 1847. Well, it makes sense they would have followed the Platte River because got to water the horses and stuff. Horses and mules. Can't tell what that's for, but it's obviously for the pioneers. And there's where they had the rodeos. This may explain the canteen in more detail here. There we go. 6 million servicemen and women passed through these doors. Okay, this is where the canteen was. These 3 doors were recovered from the 1916 Union Pacific Depot in North Platte, when it was raised in 1973. Well, I wish I could have seen that. Kitchen and dining room of the depot were taken over by ladies of North Platte and surrounding area during World War II and was known as the canteen to all servicemen and women. Come inside and see more of the history of the famous World War II canteen. Oh, cool. I'm glad I stopped. Okay, so this is a Singer sewing machine of some kind. I have no idea how that worked. I've never seen one this old. That's pretty neat. And here's a bunch of other ones. Of course, Grandma had one, I don't know, one, like one of those. I think my mom had one like that one. Okay, here's a doll collector. Those are fancy dolls. There's a creepy doll over there. Old stove, that's pretty modern though. Okay, so here's early radio. There's early, not sure, radio, maybe, I think it's radio maybe. Yep, KGNF 1430. Now these are the old Victrolas. You cranked up that thing, got the spring wound type, and then you could play one record on it. And you sometimes it slowed down before we got to the end. I operated one of those as a kid. banjo. This pedal organ was purchased by Buffalo Bill Cody for the Episcopal Church in North Platte. Pretty good condition. Yeah, there's an old record player. Grandma Hedinger had one of those. That's what the switchboard looked like. If you were a young lady back in the old 30s and 40s, this was the job you aspired to get. It was a switchboard operator. You call would come in on one, and you say who you want to talk to, and they'd go find a little light, and they'd plug them in there, and they'd hook you up. You talk to them. That's the way they worked. And if you went to a beauty shop, you've got your head stuck in one of them things. No thank you. So this is about the canteen. This is what the Union Station used to look like in World War II. Troop trains would come through here and stop, probably for the night. And all the military people would come in, and coffee and candy and like deviled eggs, and it's served by the ladies of the local community, and they go off to war. For 4 years, 42 to 46. Got everything from sandwiches to angel food cakes in this building. After the decades of use, they tore the depot down in 1973. Too bad. That would have been a great building to visit. Apparently operated also back in the First World War, 1918, 1919. Well, it makes sense. The railroad came through here. War souvenir. Nazi flag was removed from a building in Germany by a local veteran. Common for soldiers to bring home souvenirs from the war, and this flag represented area the Allies were fighting to defeat. Tearing down one of the symbols raised morale almost as much as defeating the army. It was a different time. People actually cared back then.
It's been more than 60 years since these veterans passed through Nebraska on
For the home, let's see, these banners were purchased by a diamond variety of stores of family of servicemen. Stars were blue, one for each person in the military. Stars were not gold unless the soldier was killed.
Victory in Europe came on May 8, 1945.
We're all elected to be back. Yeah, it's God had a purpose in saving some of us. Yeah. We don't look like we're saved, but He saved us.
These were ration stamps. Yeah, these were ration stamps. Pictures from the canteen era. All the volunteers.
On August 15th, the Japanese forces surrendered. The war was over. The people of North Platte joined the country in celebration.
Oh, I thought my husband was coming home. And a lot of other people too. The streets were just loaded and the cars were just driving around and honking their horns. It was just bedlam, really. Such a thrill.
After victory, men returned home in droves. The canteen stayed open and served up to 10,000 to 12,000 uniformed personnel a day. And then, over 4 years after the first apples were given away, on April
Crazy looking
1st,
guy here is
1946,
Bill Jeffers.
the canteen closed.
Main Dragon town is called Jeffers. It must be named after him. He was president of the Union Pacific from 37 to 46. It's quite a character.
He said, "Thanks a million."
He's one that supported the canteen effort.
We were at the right place at the right time and with the right people leading it. Could have fallen apart very easily.
There was a little money left in the treasury. And they all got together and decided, what are we going to do with the money that's left? Well, maybe we ought to buy a plaque. Have a plaque dedicated to the canteen saying what went on here. And they decided, no, that wasn't the enduring purpose of the canteen. It was to serve the GIs. So they gave the money to the VA. And the VA took it and bought a mimeograph machine and supplies.
The modern